Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by introducing him to Radiohead music one song at a time, where he reacts for the first time and I react for the zillionth time. And this might be the last time I think I picked a song that he's heard before. We're trying to get through the songs that he knows so that every reaction is a brand new reaction. I think this is maybe the last one that he knows. We'll see.
Maybe.
So this one, as requested by Raphael C., John Orstrom, Lucas Organdonia, Joe Dobson, Rockstar 2001, and basically the entire world. We are doing from 1995's The Bends, Fake Plastic Trees. I thought of this one because it was one of the highly requested ones. We'll talk about why we didn't do the most requested one just right after the song. But I mentioned that this for years was my favorite Radiohead song, and it's probably hard to replace this song as my favorite Radiohead song. I go back and forth a lot, but every time I hear this song, I think, yeah, that might be the most beautiful song I've ever heard. And I've loved this. Oh, I'm really hyping it up. But the fact is, I think you've heard this song before.
Yeah, mate. I remember hearing it in the car.
Okay.
I don't remember how it goes, but I'm pretty sure once I hear it, I'll know.
Yeah. You might not know it as well as Creep or High and Dry or something like that, but This is a beautiful song. Okay, I got to stop talking about how beautiful it is.
Get my hopes up.
Of course, this is off of The Bends, so this is Radiohead trying to come up with a follow-up to Creep without trying to do Creep. And this song is generally, besides being considered one of their greatest songs, generally considered one of those songs that fits neatly between their post-grunge, pre-electronica phases. And it really is a timeless beauty. We're going to post Radiohead's Fake Plastic Trees in the description below. If you've not heard this song before, if it's been a while, stop what you're doing. Open up a new window up in your browser. Like people watch this on the computer. Everyone's doing their phones now.
Yep.
And watch and listen to Fake Plastic Trees. Then come back and listen to our reaction of it. So let's listen to 1995's Fake Plastic Trees.
The green plastic watering can for a fake Chinese rubber plant and a fake plastic girl that you bought from a rubber man to get rid of itself.
So this song, we talked about this band before, but we haven't gotten into it. This band called Keane, they're British, and this song reminds me of one of their songs, Sea Fog. Only Sea Fog is more piano and this is more guitar. And Sea Fog is a beautiful song.
Yes.
And I think a piano sounds more beautiful than the guitar, but this song is definitely, so far, a good sounding song.
Yeah, and you'll hear just coming up here in the chorus, you're going to hear a Hammond organ by Johnny, not a piano, but a beautiful sounding instrument that fits really well with this with his tone. It definitely does sound a little bit like Sea Fog in the beauty, the very sad beauty of his voice. Oh boy! And then all you've heard so far is acoustic and vocals, and then a little bit of bass coming up underneath, and the strings beginning. And the strings are critical to this song.
The world's around. The world's around. The world's around. She lives with a broken mind, a crackpot of styrene man.
like actually somewhat upbeat, but it's still keeping the same tone. It's keeping the same mood, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. It hit the pain in his voice when he sings "It Wears" before that last. She looks like the real before the last verse. He just brings his vocals all the way to strain, almost the ripping apart of his vocals to bring it back to beauty. It's so well done, and there's so many in this last verse. There are so many, not ghost notes in the true composer sense, but so many notes you can fill in, so many riffs you can fill in with your mind. I hear music that's not there in this music, and I should talk more about this when the song's all over. But I can hear songs within the song. I can hear emotions within the emotion. I can hear more than is being presented because of how full the sound is, how passionately Tom York is singing, how lifted everything gets. It's so good. It's a woo. It's a spine tingler.
It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. If I could be who you wanted all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I will repeat what I've said just because this song, I like so many other Radiohead songs, I've heard so many times, and it would be not an exaggeration to say that every time I hear it, it still absolutely moves me. There are a lot of moving songs, but this song is just so perfect. Are you supposed to talk before I talk here? It doesn't matter. Yeah. When I plunk around on the piano and I play different parts underneath every time, and I don't even have a Hammond organ, that how perfectly that comes in, and Johnny does that with the where's her out, where's him out, where's me out. They tried to do different versions of this with less music, but it absolutely took the soul out of the song, and Tom York recorded it on just the vocals with the acoustic, and the vocals were so good that they just decided to build the music around the pre-recorded vocals. Radiohead lore has it that Tom York sang the song in the studio and broke down because it was just so moving to him, and they built the music around it. It's that good. Mm-hmm. You feel like doing the same thing? You almost cried.
No. I do hear that it is one of the saddest songs ever, actually. I see it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and the lyrics don't say anything directly sad, but it is really sad. Tom York is very proud of the lyrics because it's he had the tune kind of rolling around in his head for a long time, and the words just came, and they're inspired by a part of London called the Canary Wharf, which apparently was supposed to be kind of built up as a big shopping area, but it never, because of a recession, because of finances, it just never turned into that. So it is kind of a shell of what it was supposed to be. I was in Dallas, Texas a few years ago, and I went to a mall that 15 years ago was a big bustling mall, and now is a complete ghost town. And that's what this section of London is. It's just, and there's a lot of fake shrubbery all over the place, and it's just this place that was going to be beautiful, was going to be a real great place to visit, and is instead just this sad. Instead of a great super mall, you have a flea market, and you can hear the sadness of that sort of lack of becoming what you're supposed to become in Tom's lyrics. And this is one of those that I remember seeing live when I was young, and just the whole audience was completely captivated by this song.
I thought it was a really nice song and a good song to listen to.
You haven't nerded out over this yet. You will. And when you show your kids this song, and you will cry, and that's okay. Yeah, they'll say why, and you'll say because I'm a flea market that should have been a super mall. This song, it has such a specific place in my life and time in my life. And it has always been so moving. It has not lost any of its flame. And so I can listen to it on a bad day driving home from work, or on a good day driving home from work. I can listen to it anywhere and be absolutely moved by it. It is Tom York as a vocalist at really his best. He's staying in his vocal range mostly and not hurting himself. He was inspired after going to a Jeff Buckley concert. And a lot of people have made comparisons to Tom York and Jeff Buckley, and there's no doubt Jeff Buckley was a unique vocalist and an inspiration for people who sang this type of music. And I think he was inspired by that, and it made it easier to go in and record a beautiful version of this song. What would you give this song on a 0 to 10 score?
8.5.
8.5.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, I realized that after I hyped it up, it would be very hard not to, but I think you've been pretty honest with your scores, and so, you haven't spared my feelings, let down, and I'm always bringing that one up.
Yep, because that's the only one.
Interestingly enough, though, I was surprised how many Radiohead fans are on there like, yeah, Let Down's not really the greatest song, I get it, Jacob. Come on, Radiohead fans. Man up a little bit. Yeah, so let's go to some artwork real fast. This is my daughter's artwork. She drew this, and she just, it's very clear, it's a rainbow. She says, I didn't know what to do so here? Is that what it says?
Oh, I didn't know what to do, comma,
so here. Yeah. But I think that she's more inspired than she thinks she is drawing this rainbow. I think this song, it has all the colors of emotion. I'm not kidding.
Totally.
I think she feels emotion, and I think that to a young girl is colorful, and I think that's what got her to make the rainbow. So I think that matches pretty well with what this song could be. Yeah, that's this is my son's, and the thing in the middle that looks kind of like a human / frog. He says, "Is this fake?" And he's licking the thing on the right, which is a tree that happens to be fake. And the guy behind him is saying, "Yup," and but he's licking it to find out if it's fake. And I thought, there must be something there. You could touch it and see if it's fake, but no, that particular person is licking it to see if it's fake. And I'm still wrapping my head around what he meant by that, and it'll probably come to me after much introspection.
His artwork is just too indescribable.
Yeah, it's too deep. If you have any ideas of why he's licking the fake plastic tree to find out if it's plastic, we'd be happy to hear it in the comments. So some comments from our last video, Lotus Flower off of The King of Limbs. Ian Ashton says, The King of Limbs is perfect to decompress to on a drive home after a long, stressful day, especially the last 3 tracks. I will stop there and agree, absolutely. Those last tracks of The King of Limbs are like fake plastic trees in that they bring crazy amounts of emotion with, in those songs' cases, not a lot of hype. Continuing, if you were to start on non-album stuff, The Butcher would be a great start. If not that, Talk Show Host is an absolute must. A lot of people have been trying to guess what my favorite song is because I said it wasn't on an album, and no one's really guessed it yet. People are going to find out what it is and like, that song? Come on, man. Talk Show Host is probably one we won't do. Here's the thing. I never really was crazy about Talk Show Host. I was in the theater. I knew that Radiohead music was going to be on that soundtrack for Romeo and Juliet. And I heard that song and I was like, this is all right. And obviously it's a reaction channel with my son. So a song that drops the F-bomb is part of its forceful presentation. Outside of Creep, where there's a clean version available. I don't think there's one for Talk Show Host. There must be, because I'm sure they played it on the radio and they just bleeped it out. But I've only heard, Talk Show Host is an okay song. Don't hate me for that. A lot of people requested Talk Show Host, actually. I like how this channel is slowly evolving. By the way, so this is still the same comment. I've just stopped several times. Yeah. I like how this channel is slowly evolving, especially encouraging live performances and the description. I'm going to push Myxomatosis again. The live performance on it at the Fuji Rock Festival in 2012 is epic. You're going to like Myxomatosis, I think. It's a fun song. However, I want to say something about live because a lot of people, I know that In the Basement stuff is fantastic. You really hate to not address that stuff is out there. And maybe one day we will react to live versions of the songs we've already heard. But I've got to ask for some help. I get these songs because I've had them forever. I've got them on my computer. That's where all this music comes from. Live versions of the song, I wouldn't know how to get the audio file. So unless, can you guys help me out with that? How would I get the audio file so that I have the ability to edit us in listening to that? Let me know in the comments if you're a little bit of a computer wizard, or if that doesn't take computer wizardry and I'm just a moron. Let me know that too. But the reason why we use the studio ones, besides that it's the first introduction for Jacob and that's how these songs were originally meant to go, is because these are the versions that I own copies of and can put on and edit into the software. So let me know. And then another comment by Aglosmard. I know I butchered that, but that's what you get for choosing a name like Aglosmard. You say, Jigsaw next? I wanted to bring that one up because Jigsaw Falling Into Place is the most requested song. Fake Plastic Trees was second or third. Jigsaw Falling Into Place by far has gotten the most requests. Here's a little secret. We've actually done Jigsaw Falling Into Place before. Do you remember doing that?
Yep.
Yes. Back in the early days of this channel, when we were trying to figure out how we wanted this to look, we used that song as kind of a test run. It is the long-lost video that does not exist anymore, but Jacob has actually heard that and reacted to it rather unfavorably. But after enough time goes on, he hasn't heard it since, I don't think. You haven't sought it out. So we will do Jigsaw Falling Into Place again, but we're going to give that just a little bit more time. We've just done it before, so we're going to give that a bit more time. Good suggestion, Jigsaw, especially since he's reacted well to upbeat songs. That's a fun one. Great video too. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, share, comment below, say something nice, even just a hello, even I love the channel, anything like that is all positive and wonderful. Absolutely continue to suggest your favorite Radiohead song. We're coming up with a way that we can start doing the ones that are most requested besides just keeping a track. We'll talk about that later. Keep suggesting modern day music post 2000 basically that you think that we might react well to or that we might like. We're also coming up with a way to do that relatively quickly. It's coming.
Yep.
The background is not. The more I think about the background, the more I don't care. I'm sorry if you really are tired of looking at doors, but I've convinced myself they're elevator doors, and it works perfectly for our channel.
Yep.
Continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
the 15th floor.